context and post that on TikTok would have been a problem.
Probably not. But I'm not quite sure. So, you guys done with your warm-up? Because you shouldn't be off mute. Okay.
Easy.
Good. Lamarck, I need you back on camera, please. If I said good morning to everybody, I think so. I think I've got everybody in here.
I'm going to send out another message for everybody to make sure they're in.
Okay. Lamarck, thank you for turning on your camera, sir. I appreciate that. So one more time, if you have not yet done so, the warm-up is in the Google chat. Right now, I'm seeing that. Let's see how many people have turned it in. I've got 8 responses so far. Okay, so I need y'all to turn it in. I got 3 people who've scored none, 3 people who got 1 right, and 2 people who got 2 right. So go ahead and turn those in, please.
Like, I got 1 right on my first try, but on, like, my second try, I didn't know it said choose all the possible, like, answers.
That's all right.
So
That's all right. Good morning, Joseph. Good morning, Deshazor. Please turn on your cameras, Joseph. Your warm-up is in the Google chat. Go ahead to that link, please. Folks, class is officially started. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. It is 6:49 my time, 7:49 your time. I'm going to give you until 7:51. Good morning, Paige. Paige, the warm-up is in the Google chat. Go ahead and turn your cameras on, please. Listen, this is Virtual Academy. Got to have it on. I'm not just a teacher, guys. I'm like the admin right now, so you got to follow the directions. So please turn on your cameras. Good morning, Quentin. What you're seeing in the Google chat is your warm-up. Should take you no more than 2 minutes. Go ahead and get started. Quentin, please turn on your camera, sir. Good morning, Davion. How are you? Please turn on your camera. Not really an option. Listen, you guys kind of signed a contract when you came to Virtual Academy. You had to have your camera on and be in camera. That was the new rule. So turn your cameras on. I appreciate how many of you have, because I've sat in this class and many of you have not been on camera, so I do appreciate that you guys are at least trying. Some of y'all, thank you, Davion. Appreciate that, sir. Can you move it down a little bit so I'm not just staring at the light above your head? Can I see you? Almost, almost. Now we're going the wrong direction. Wrong direction. Down, down. That's up. Oh, we're getting closer. Okay. So let me check one more time. You've got your warm-up in the chat. I'm not going to spend any more time talking about that. We're going to go over it here in a second. I've got 9 responses from people. Y'all need to finish that up, please. But that gives me some good information. Okay, while you're finishing that up, let me tell you who I am and what I'm doing. So, you've seen me in class before. My name is Mr. H. Wisdom, that's weird, man. Back up. There we go. Cool. Thanks for letting me see your eyeballs, though. Okay, so this is my 17th year teaching. I am your math and science instructional coach. When I say I'm yours, I'm not. I'm Miss Stallings. I'm in here to help Miss Stallings a little bit and just make class a little bit easier for her. So you're going to see me a lot, pretty much every single day for the next 4 weeks. You're going to see me teaching with Ms. Stallings at least once every week for the next 4 weeks. What do I bring to the table? Well, I've been coaching, some type of coaching, since I've been about 16. I was and still do coach boxing. I was a professional boxer. I fought everything at 135, 140, and 147. I am 5-0 as a professional boxer. Good morning, Sadie. I have been coaching professional mixed martial arts, professional Muay Thai fighters, and professional boxers for as long as I can remember. I've been flown out to Thailand to coach professionals. I've been flown to boxing camps to fight and train professionals. So, I do enjoy it. Listen, we're not typing in the chat, so here's my rules. Unless I tell you, don't type in the chat. Plain and simple. You got to be on camera, okay? If you're not on camera, really, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing in this class. You have to be on camera. Javion, are you singing? Because I kind of want to hear you sing. Javion's just going to town. Cool. Listen, something Miss Stallings and I have talked, you're earning participation points every day. Hey, Javion, man, you got to stop, brother. I need you to stop. So to earn points, you got to be on camera, and you've got to come off of mute to talk when I call on you. Here's the biggest thing for me, and this is what's going to happen. You cannot say, I do not know. You can say, I do not know yet. Mr. H, can you give me some options? Okay? So if I call on you, I can see almost all of your faces. You can say, hey, Mr. H, I don't know yet. Can you give me a couple choices? And then you at least can guess. Does that sound fair enough? Okay. So let's take a look at this spiral review. It said, Mr. H had 3 apples. Ms. Stallings had 8 apples. So you guys have been talking about expressions this entire time. So if we've got 3 apples, we can call it 3a, because we're giving the apples a variable, 3a plus 8a. Almost all of you selected this option, okay? Proud of you for that. In the warm-up, most of you did this. But it said choose all of the correct options. The other option, when we're adding, it doesn't matter the order in which we add. That is called the commutative property. So the other option was 8a plus 3a. Last but not least, what you worked on last week was combining like terms. If we have 8 apples plus 3 apples, we have 11 apples. But because we're using the variable, we're going to have 11a. And several of you chose those 3. Okay, I've got 14 responses. Listen, I'm actually really pleased with how many of you did well on this. Okay? Second question. Simplify the expression. So we had 3x minus 7 plus 12x minus 9. Now, I am big, and first off, those of you who are in class, if you have not yet done so, good morning, Marlene. Please turn on your camera. I don't know how Ms. Stallings taught class last week, but I am a big proponent of circling and boxing in your like terms. You have to. So right now, I'm worried only about my x's. That's a bad way to live life. If you're only worried about your x's, trust me, it's going to ruin your relationship now. My exes were miserable. I'm sure Ms. Stallings can say the same, and Ms. Strader can say the same too. Right, ladies? Give me a thumbs up. Yeah, we don't talk about our exes. But in this case, I've got too many darn x's. So I'm combining 3 x's and 12 x's. But notice what I circled. I didn't just circle my 12x because it's not just a 12x. It's a positive 12x. We always have to include the sign in front. Oh, Marlene, I had you on camera. Come on back on camera, please. Sadie, same thing. So now I have 3 x's plus 12 x's. We know that we're going to still deal with those stupid x's. And stupid is about as much of a word as I can go with those x's. Because again, I was married for 1 year, 11 months, and 13 days. Not that I remember every miserable second of that first marriage. I'm not going to go there. My marriage now is fantastic. Learned a lot. But how many x's do I have? If you said too many, okay, that's a good answer. But 3 plus 12 is 15. That leaves me with 15 x's. Okay, give me thumbs up if we see that. This is where I need y'all participating, okay? Just right on camera, just give me a thumbs up, please. Okay. Now we're combining, these were called coefficients. We have coefficients and variables, and then we have constants. I have constants that are just numbers. Notice what I did. I had -7, -9. You have to include your sign and the number. And notice how I'm drawing arrows and making sure that I know what I'm combining. -7 minus 9 is -16. And for questions like that, you'll probably be able to use a calculator. Okay? I've seen Ms. Stallings, and I will go over this later, but listen, y'all, the majority of you got at least one of these 2 questions correct. Proud of you for that. Okay? Anything on this? Okay, now listen, here's where we're going to come in. Y'all are going to start talking to me here in a second. It's not going to be an option. Y'all are going to start talking to me in a second. So let me share this screen for you. Okay. So right now, you guys should be seeing the 7th grade math. Does everybody see that? Okay. First off, here's what we're talking about today. So we are talking about the standard 7.12. You will be able to solve 2-step linear equations. Now listen, let me be honest. Y'all don't care about this. Y'all don't. I know that. Take a look at the success criteria, because that's what matters. By the end of the lesson that I teach you, y'all will be able to solve 1 and 2-step equations using pictures, and you'll understand inverse operations. Okay, those are the 2 things that you'll be able to understand. That's if I can keep Janiyah awake. Janiyah, are you still, are you in bed, covered up, sleeping right now? Kind of? Yeah, I just called you out. Okay. Now, here's what I need y'all to do for me. And this is my favorite type of question. So each class, anytime that I teach, you're going to have this get to know you question. What is your favorite smell? Okay, now, go back here a little bit. You ready? So here's mine. If you asked me when I was in 7th grade what was my favorite smell, I would tell you that it was vanilla bean lotion from Bath and Body Works. Why? Because Kelly Balzer always wore vanilla bean lotion. And I would have followed Kelly Balzer around like a little puppy dog. That was my crush in 7th grade. Loved her dearly. Okay? Ended up dating her in high school. And guess what? She still wore vanilla bean lotion. It was my favorite smell. Then as I got older, the beach was my favorite smell. And if you guys have been to the beach, you know, you smell that sea, you smell that salt water. It's great. Well, right now I live on a lake. We uncovered our boat this past year, and it just smelled like the lake. That's my favorite smell right now, is that lake smell. So here's what I want. Javion, what's your favorite smell, man? Javion, come off of mute. What's your favorite smell? It is. You're right. So is your favorite smell math class? Because that's awesome, man. Strange, but awesome. Javion, what's your favorite smell, man?
Chips.
Okay. Any kind of chips? Doritos, what?
Chips.
Okay, fair enough. Appreciate it. Cashmere, what's your favorite smell? Cashmere. Come off mute. What's your favorite smell?
Chicken.
Okay.
Chicken, the fried chicken with a little bit of more seasoning on there.
Okay. I like it. I like it. Marlene, what's your favorite smell?
I don't think I have one.
No, doesn't count. You got to have something. Make something up if you don't have one.
Shampoo, something else.
Okay. Davion, what's your favorite smell, man? Davion, can you hear me? Davion might be.
Javion?
Is it Davion?
Ooh, I thought you said Javion.
Javion, since you're off mute, what is it? Since you're there anyway. Javion, since you were off mute, man, just come on. What was your favorite smell?
He dipped.
Javion with a J. Javion, what's your favorite smell?
You already asked me.
Oh, did I? Oh, yeah, you yelled at me. Okay. Kaya, what's your favorite smell? Kaya.
I don't know. Rain and new cars.
There you go. Okay, I like it. Okay. Good enough for me. So, let's stop doing that. Here's what you need. You guys need pencil, paper, and if you have a whiteboard, go ahead and do that. Okay? So, pencil, paper, and a whiteboard. Thank you for letting me know, Mr. Shazor.
It didn't say I needed a pencil, paper, and a whiteboard on my supply list.
So you don't have pencil, paper?
Supply list should have had pencil and paper. Every supply list has pencil and paper.
Maybe not a whiteboard, but definitely my book bag.
Okay, that's all right. Listen.
My book bag, but I don't got a whiteboard.
No, that's fine. If you don't have a whiteboard, that's fine. As long as you have pencil and paper. Okay, so here we go. Today we are talking about equations. Pretty much, this is how it's going to work. If I put it on the board, you're going to want to have it on the board. You need to make sure that you pin my screen so that it's large. The overarching goal of today is, what is the goal of equations? So that's the question that we're going to end up getting answered. What is the goal of equations? Okay? So, a couple things that we have to define first. The first thing that we're going to define is the word equation. Okay, I got a couple people who are not on camera. I need y'all on camera, please. We got the majority on camera, but I'm missing a couple. So here's my question to you. Equation. What has to be, what symbol needs to be in an equation? Go ahead, Wisdom.
Like the plus sign, the minus sign, the divide sign, like the multiply sign, like the signs.
Okay, so there has to be operations. Okay, good. Tanisha, any idea what symbol has to be in an equation? And listen, remember, you guys can say, I don't know, but can you give me some choices? So Tanisha, can you come off mute? Got to come off mute. You can at least say, hey, I don't know, but can you give me a choice, Mr. H? This is part of that class participation grade, guys. You only get one chance for it. Wisdom, I'm no longer calling on you, man. I'm done with you. So Tanisha, you're not coming on? Okay. Julian, can you come on, or are you in a classroom right now? Can you come off mute? Or is that not Julian? Yeah, Julian. Julian, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Do you know what symbol needs to be in an equation? And if not, just say, Mr. H, I don't know. Can you give me some choices?
I believe I know, but I don't remember what it's called.
Okay, what's it look like? Because I can guarantee you that you know what it's called. So how about this? Is an equation going to have a less than sign or an equal sign? So equation, is it going to have a less than symbol or an equal symbol?
I want to say a equal symbol.
Perfect. Great job. Thank you. Equation. It has to have an equal sign. So first off, must have an equal sign. That's the defining characteristic of an equation. It must have an equal sign. Okay? That's it. To name it an equation, there has to be an equal sign. Hold on one second. Somebody had something popping up there. Can you zoom in on the board? Did you pin my board there, Wisdom? Did you pin my screen?
That's Quentin.
Hmm?
That was Quentin.
Oh, Quentin, I'm sorry. Quentin, did you pin my screen, sir? Can everybody else see the board okay? Thumbs up? Yeah? Okay. The left side is the same as the right side. It's pinned on the Promethean board. I don't know what that means. Oh, wait, for you guys. Got it. Okay. So, here's an equation. I'm sure y'all have seen an equation. An equation means it's like a seesaw. If I put somebody on this side of the seesaw, it takes the seesaw out of balance. To make that seesaw stay level, whatever this person weighs has to weigh on this side too. That's what keeps it balanced. An equation is the same thing. The equal sign is the middle of an equation. This side has to be the same as this side. But now, here's the best part. I'm not going to teach you how to solve equations. I'm going to show you what we need to do with pictures. I promise you that you're going to understand how to do this. Does anybody need this left up anymore? There's only one more word that you need to know. And the word is... Oh, that's not going to work. The word is isolate. Okay? I love that I see most of y'all taking notes. I appreciate that so much. Does anybody have an idea of what isolate means? Julian?
I'm not sure if it's the same thing as the isolate I'm thinking about.
Okay.
But I believe alone.
Yeah, perfect, man. Alone or by itself. Love that, man. Hey, thanks for responding. I appreciate that. So alone or by itself. This is the goal of an equation. We want to isolate something. And I'm going to show you what that means in a second. Okay, so copy this down and then we're going to get to our first problem. I'm only doing 2 problems with you, and then you're going to help me do the other problems. Except Tanisha, because I know she's not coming off of mute now. Hopefully someday she will. Be all right. I'll keep working. Okay, so isolate means alone or by itself. And if you can't see something on the board, please let me know and I'll be glad to help you out. Okay. Listen, y'all, I'm a nerd. Even though like I boxed professionally and I did really well, I'm also a nerd, and this makes me really happy. I can flip my board and it makes me really happy. Love it. Okay. So, this is what we're going to be dealing with right now. These are pictures. Long, skinny rectangle equals X. A square with nothing in it is a positive 1. A square with some lines is a negative 1. You want to write this down. You want to draw this picture. I have 3 rectangles. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 squares. This is why I kind of wanted you to have a whiteboard if you had one, because I wanted you to show me. But if you don't, hey, no problems. We're good. Thank you, Kashmir. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. So I've got a couple questions for you before we even begin. Even though this is not what you think of as an equation, what makes this an equation? Thank you, Wisdom. What makes this an equation? There's only one thing in here that makes this an equation. Wisdom, I'm not going to call on you, man. Sorry. Appreciate it. I'm going to call on you in a little bit. I want to hear from somebody else. What makes this an equation? What one thing on this board makes it an equation? Janiyah, you think you have a choice? A guess? Come off of mute. You can say, come off of mute and at least say, Mr. H, I don't know. Janiyah, can you come off of mute? Davion.
The right students can't talk because they also in there.
Gotcha. You're putting equal sign. I'm sorry, Davion. So Davion's saying the equal sign. Absolutely, sir. Fantastic. Hey, Jaden, can you take your sunglasses off because it looks like you're sleeping, man? So this equal sign is what makes it an equation. Gotcha. I'm sorry. I apologize. I don't know who's in the Rise class. That's my fault. So we've got an equal sign. That's what makes it an equation. So let's write the equation. Based off of these pictures, how many x's do I have? Go ahead, Wisdom.
3.
Yep. Cashmere's holding it up. She's got 3x's as well. So we got 3x equals. What do we have over here? Davion saying 9. Absolutely. How do we know? Because there's 9 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Absolutely. This equation is really 3x equals 9. Do you have to write the equation? No, but it's good to understand what it is. So, Julian told us, hey, we know that the goal is to isolate the equation. Well, what do we mean when we isolate? We want to isolate a variable. We want to isolate x. That means we need to get one x all by itself. Now watch how I'm going to do this. I am going to split these 3 x's up. So I'm going to split. There's one x. There's another x. There's another x. So now I've got x's by themselves. But if I split these into 3 parts, what do I have to split the other side into? Let's get somebody other than Wisdom. Wisdom, just answer for me. If I split this side into 3 parts, how many parts do I need to do to the same thing to the other side? You can hold up fingers. You can do whatever you need to do. How many parts do I need to split up or divide? Jaden, what do you think? If I split this side up into 3, how many in this side?
You said if you split that side up into 3.
Yep, we got 1, 2, 3 parts. How many do I need to split this side up into?
3?
Yeah, sir. Excellent. Notice they're going to be 3 equal parts. Well, how do I split this? Well, I've got 3. Okay, so I can split this evenly into 3 parts. Now watch what happens. Do I have one x by itself? I've got one x. I've got one x. I've got one x. So wait a minute. What does x equal? Go ahead, Wisdom. I need you back on camera, though.
X equals 3.
X, oops, sorry, my marker's dying. I've got x equals 3. How did I do that? I just split them up. The goal is to have every x by itself with even groups on the other side. That was my one example. You get one more example that I do. Questions on this? I'll give you 20 seconds to copy it down while I find another marker. There they are. Three, 2, 1. Okay. So the goal is to make the x's by themselves. So now watch what we're going to do here. Okay. So now we're going to up it a little bit. So I've got a rectangle. I've got a rectangle. I've got that box. I've got that box. Okay, so go ahead and copy this down. Notice there is no equal sign. On your SOL, on your performance matters tests, on things like that, you're not going to have an equal sign. It's just going to be a bar. Yes, Kaya, you had your hand raised.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
Oh, that's all right. Hey, Kaya, I know that you're off mute and you're probably like, darn it, I'm off of mute now. Here's what I need you to do for me, Kaya. Can you tell me how many x's I have on this side?
2.
Yeah, there's 2 x's. So this part says 2x. Kaya, can I keep talking to you? What are these?
-1s.
Okay, so how many do I have?
2.
So what would I put? 2x minus what?
-2.
Perfect. Thank you, Kyle. What would I put on my right side? Anybody? What would I put on my right side? Tiana, can you help me? What number do I have on my right side?
4.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. So this equation says 2x minus 2 equals 4. This is a two-step equation. Okay? So far, so good. Wisdom, I know you're with me, bud, but can you take off the sunglasses, man? Thank you. They look good. I know they do, but just keep them off. So I got 2x minus 2 equals 4. Okay. Well, let's go back to the pictures. The goal of any equation, and listen, you're going to need to be able to regurgitate this to me. The goal of any equation is to isolate my variable. Isolate the x. That means get it by itself. Can I have these -1s over here? If I want the x's by themselves, I need to get rid of these. So in order to get rid of a -1, we need to get it to 0. We need to erase it. Well, to do that, we're going to put a +1. These are called 0 pairs. So on this side, look what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a +1 and a +1. Why? These are a 0 pair. These are a 0 pair. What do 0 pairs mean? It means they equal 0. But let's think about this. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Here's my equation. I've just put 2 more pounds on this side. I've made the equation unbalanced. So if I put 2 pounds on this side, what do I need to put on the other side? Go ahead, Wisdom.
The equal amount of weight that you put on the other side.
Very good. So if I put 2 pounds on this side, what do I need to put on this side?
2 pounds.
2 pounds. Everybody with me? Okay. So here's my question now. If these are 0 pairs, do I need them? Do I need to put 0 there? Not going to call on Wisdom yet. Kashmir, do I need to leave these? If they equal 0, can I take them away or can they stay? Take away or do they stay?
They stay, I guess.
Good guess. Can you guess again?
They go.
There you go. See? So they're going to go because do you walk around going, hey, I have $20 in my pocket and $0 in this pocket? You don't say I have 20 plus 0. You just say, hey, I have 20 bucks. I could say all day long, man, look at all the zeros that I have coming in. But all I care about is how much money's in my paycheck. Okay? So once we make 0 pairs, guess what you can do? You can get rid of them. Because the goal that Julian told me was we need to isolate. Hey, look what I have now. Now I've got 2 x's. Can we split those 2 x's? Can we divide those 2 x's? Julian, how many ways would I divide this? Where would I divide it at? And is it Julian or Julian?
It's Julian.
I'm sorry, Julian. I apologize, sir. So what would I do? What do you think?
What was the question again? My mind is still not here.
No, you're all right. How would I divide this? If I'm drawing a line, how would I divide between these 2 x's? Would I draw a line over here? Would I draw a line? Okay, here's your option. You said you don't know. Do I draw a line vertically or do I draw a line horizontally between the 2 x's? Vertical or horizontal? Vertical up and down or horizontal cutting them in half?
Horizontal.
Very good. So I've split these now where I have an x on the top and an x on the bottom. We need to do the same thing over here because if I divide this, I have to divide this, but they need to be equal. Which means when I draw that line, there are 3 on top and 3 on bottom. Javion, what does x now equal? So you have 1x equals how many?
3.
Perfect. Thank you, sir. Great work. There it is. This is all we're doing with pictures. We're making 0 pairs, and then we're dividing them. Okay? Now you're with me. Go ahead, Javion. You can mute yourself, bud. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to erase 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we've got okay, so here's the question that you're doing for me now. You are doing 2 things for me. Step 1, which everybody should be able to do. You're going to write the equation. 7x equals 9, 12x plus 2 equals 4. You're going to write the equation with numbers. If you're able to do that, then you're going to start creating 0 pairs and dividing. It is 8:24. I'm going to give you until 8:28. Okay, so you have 4 minutes. I want to see what you can do. I would love for you to get an answer and have it ready. If you're confused, that's all right, but you have 4 minutes. Let's see what you can come up with. I'll be right back. I don't know.
Us too.
Hey, I brought you down to cheering section too. Say hi.
Hi.
Say good luck.
Bella.
Okay, so Cole says that you guys can do this, so make sure that you guys get it done. Hey, I love you. Have a good day.
Daddy, is
Can I have a hug?
Mommy gonna take us to the store?
Yeah. Can I have a big hug?
Why is Mommy?
Hey, give me a big hug.
Why is Mommy gonna take
Hey,
us?
she's not. She's taking you to school. Hey, Mommy, can you feel his temperature, please? Okay. Okay, you got 2 minutes. We should be getting close to being done. Some of you should be done. So this is very similar to the last one we just did. You need to find 0 pairs, and then you need to divide accordingly.
I think I got the answer.
Good, Jaden. I'll call on you in a second then. Okay, last minute. Not even, you got about 20 seconds. I gave you more than enough time on this one problem. Okay, so, Jaden, I'm going to call on you in a second, but before I do, say, oh, Davion's typing, that's what I was looking for. So, Davion's got 3x equals 3 equals negative 3. Close, Davion. Can you adjust that a little bit, man? I think you typed something wrong in the chat. So it's not 3x equals 3 equals negative 3. I love that you have 3x It's not equals 3. What are these? Who thinks they can help Davion?
They're positive.
They're positive. So it's 3x plus 3 equals negative 3. Can everybody see this brown down at the bottom? Miss Stallings, can you see that, or is it too light? We're good? Okay, so there's our equation. Okay, Jaden, you're up, man. What do I have to do to this right side?
Split it.
Not first. What do I do with the...
Like,
What was that term that I used? Make them into... It was 2 words. A Z and a P.
dang, bro, I forgot. Oh my god.
They're a type of pairs. They got to equal a number. What number starts with Z? Go ahead, Kashmir.
0.
0 pairs. So, Jaden, what type of pairs do I have to make them into?
0 pairs.
Okay, how am I going to make a positive 1 into a 0? What do I have to add to this side?
A negative.
There you go. So this is going to get a negative. This is going to get a negative. This is going to get a negative. So if I've added 3 negatives on this side, what do I need to do to this side, Jaden?
Positive.
Yeah, no, wait. If I added negatives this side, what do I have to add to this side? Remember, we have to do the same thing to both sides.
Oh, add another negative.
How many?
3.
Very good, sir. Okay, so now we're there.
Oh, smart. I didn't think I was that smart.
No, sir, you're doing great. These are 0 pairs. If they're 0 pairs, they're gone. Okay. Now you use that word. What do we have to do on this side? You used the word before. Who can help them? I'm going to... Huh?
No pairs?
There's no pairs? Okay, good. So what do we have to do on this side now? Hi, Paige. How are you? Paige, do you know? I don't think I've seen you in this class yet.
Oh, split them. Split them.
What's a better word than split, Paige? Starts with a D. What's a good... Hold on, Jaden. Hold on. Paige, what do you think? What's a good mathematical operation that starts with D? Our options are add, subtract, multiply, divide. Divide. So I'm going to divide this into 3 parts. Uh-oh. So if I divide this into 3, what do I have to divide this into? How many parts? There's 1, 2, 3 parts. I need to divide this into... Wait, Kashmir, wait, Kashmir. If I divide this into 1, 2, 3 parts, I need to divide this into how many? You can hold up fingers. How many parts do I need to divide this into?
2.
Well, I'm going to make 2 lines, but it gets divided into 3 parts. Because I have 1x, 1x, 1x. There's 3 x's here. So now I'm going to come around and divide there and divide there. Okay? This would actually be easier if I did this. It's going to be the same number of negative 1s. I'm just drawing it a different way, which is fine. Because now when I divide, how many negative 1s does it equal in x? So what's my answer now? Janiyah, what's my answer? Do you know? X equals what? Janiyah, can you hear me? Paige, go ahead and mute yourself, Paige. Okay, Samaj, help me out since Jemiah and not coming off mute. That's fine. It's not my grade. Samaj, can you help me here? X equals what? And listen, guys, the easy thing to do is say, Mr. H, I don't know. Can you give me an option? Samaj, can you hear me? Good talk. Go ahead, Jaden, finish this off. X equals what? X equals what?
Simple.
X equals 6.
No, so we split it up.
-6.
Negative, not 6. How many is with each X?
-2.
There you go. Very good. X
Can I
equals...
Can I go do something? I gotta go do something. I'll be right back.
Okay,
I
Wizard.
already know this.
Good job. Okay, so here's what you're going to do now. Now I'm going to see who knows it and who doesn't. Ms. Stallings, would you mind sharing your screen and showing students how to get to that Performance Matters test? So, this is required. This is how you're earning credit for the day. You got 3 questions, I believe, in Performance Matters. Ms. Stallings, please help me out here.
I'm getting there.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay. You have to go to your single sign-in portal. You go to your Performance Matters link. Everybody go in there. Yeah, I see y'all going there. Everybody needs to go to their single sign-in portal. You need to go to your Performance Matters link. Right here where it says Stallings 10-2-22 equation practice. Make sure I have it. I'm going to open it up for you. Give me 1 second. Let me go ahead and release all of them, and then I can unrelease the ones that don't need it. Okay, so you may need to refresh. It's possible. I have released it, so everybody needs to go there to try to see if it's there with them.
And you should have 6 minutes to do this, which is not very long, I know. But you have about 6 minutes, and I'm going to bring you back to close up our lesson. Okay? This needs to be done now. Let me tell you, I am proud of y'all.
Javen, you need to go take this. Samaj, Janaya, Marlene, you guys are not on your single sign-in portal. Sadie, go to your single sign-in portal. It has been released.
Is it called equation practice?
Yes. Stallings 10-2-22 equation practice. Juan, it would be your third one. There you go. You got it. Good job. I need everybody to go to the Performance Matters. Good job, Wisdom. You got it. Juan, go to that third one on there. Quentin, go to your single sign-in portal. Go to your Performance Matters. Janaya, I need for you to go to your single sign-in portal. Javian, you need to go to your single
Yes, you
sign-in
can
portal.
start, Juan. Yes, sir. You guys should be starting right now.
Tanisha, yours is not there. I bet you are probably not on my list yet, I bet, of students. Since you just got your, okay, Quentin stepped out, okay. Tanisha, since you just got yours, you may not be on my list yet, okay?
Ms. Stallings, do we have the majority of them in there?
Yeah, the majority is in there.
Okay.
I have like 2 or 3 that's not.
That's okay.
Marlene, I need for you to go to find out. Okay, hold on one second, Patricia. Marlene, it's your second one down. There you go. Good job.
While you are working, I want you to understand, I do appreciate y'all. For the most part, you guys participated so great. You guys answered questions. That makes my job very easy. Okay? Here's the only problem. Ms. Stallings now knows that you're capable of answering and doing it. So even if I'm not teaching, now you got to. But I do appreciate it.
And having their cameras on.
Yep. Tanisha, thank you for submitting the test. Once you're done, stay on. We got about 2 more minutes. Doesn't mean that you have to submit it in 2 minutes, but I'd like to see it be pretty darn close in 2 minutes. And Ms. Stallings, when this class is over, we are going to jump over to that other meet. You'll just have to give me a minute to move from my basement upstairs.
I'll have to get one class started on their
Nope,
benchmark.
that's fine. It'll give me time to get upstairs, so you're good.
Okay, sounds good.
And we're done at 8:43. Is that correct, Ms. Stallings?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Juan. Go ahead and stay on, though. We're not going to be done yet. Almost done, guys. Okay, Ms. Stallings, would you mind stop sharing for me?
Yep.
Excellent.
Hang on a second. There we go.
Let's go 1 more minute, folks. You have 1 more minute to finish working on this right now, because I want to just clear up some things from today. Close this out great. Because there's some things that I think I did well and things that I don't think I did well. So I want to make sure that I clear them up. Make sure you guys are still on camera, please. Class is not yet over. Okay, so you can keep working. I'm going to talk while we're doing that. There were 3 things that we talked about with equations today. The equation, first off, it must have an equal sign. That's number 1, must have an equal sign. And I showed you this little balance. And we said whatever weight's on this side has to be the same weight on this side. So the left side is exactly the same as the right side. Has to be. So if I add 5 pounds on this side, you gotta add 5 pounds on this side. And then Julian told me, hey, or Julian said, isolate means alone. The goal is to always get that X alone. Now, your success criteria said I can solve 1 and 2 step equations with a picture. I'm going to find out when I take a look at that performance matters tests. So let's talk about things that I didn't do well. I didn't talk a lot about inverse operations. We talked about 0 pairs. I showed you what the opposite operation was, but I didn't tell you what an inverse operation was. So that second thing where it says I can use inverse operations, that's my bad. I need to do better with that. So tomorrow I bet Ms. Stallings is going to talk a little bit more about inverse operations so that we can meet that success criteria. Okay, so must have an equal sign, have to isolate. You have 1 more minute to submit that performance matters. If you've already submitted it, I hope you have a wonderful, safe day. But listen, you're with me for the next 4 weeks. You're officially my students, which means you're my kids. It's going to sound weird, But here's what's going to happen. I'm going to always end class the same way. Love you, kiddos. Be safe. Come back to me safely tomorrow. I've had too many kiddos who have not done that. I've been teaching a long time, and it breaks my heart. I will worry about you from today until tomorrow. So, love you, kiddos. Have a great, safe day. Come back to me safely tomorrow. So if you're done, go ahead and get ready for your next class. And if you're not done, thank you, Kashmir. Have a great day, guys.
Where did it tell you your test score?
Say it again.
Where does it tell you your test score?
You know, I'm not quite sure. How about this? I'll make sure that Miss Stallings is able to tell you tomorrow, okay? Because we're going to go over the data right now. Okay. So y'all can sign off. Have a great day. Class is over. Go ahead and sign off, please. Miss Stallings, don't leave for 1 second because I need to talk to you real quick before we go.